Hey, what's going on guys? My name is FluxJL and today you have the pleasure of learning how to make a perfect YouTube video. So, I'm going to be going through every single step that I take in making videos. So, first of all, you've got to decide what you want to record. Okay, I can't help you with that bit. Whatever videos you want to make, that's up to you. But the next step is choosing which recording software to use. The most popular one is probably Fraps. However, I like to use Bandicam because Fraps takes up an extreme amount of space on the hard drive. So I'll show you my settings quickly. You select the target as, I don't want to mess around with this too much, I'm actually using Bandicam to record right now. So what you do is you choose a target, you press the DirectX window and you click on the game that you want to record. The settings I use are here. I don't want to click around too much in case I stop the recording by accident, but I use VBR Xvid at 80 quality here, 30 FPS. Sometimes I record at 60 FPS depending on what game I'm playing. It depends on whether your computer can take it or not. Audio, MPEG 1, L2, 44.1 kilohertz, stereo, 160 kilobits per second. So they're my settings there. That's what I record with. Next, once you've got a recording, let's have a look here. Video archive, video stuff, recordings. I've got some CSGO clips here. So, I use Sony Vegas to edit my videos, as you can see here. And what you want to do, when you open Sony Vegas, you want to drag in whichever clip you want to use. So for instance, I may choose to use, let's see, Alt 1v4, here we go, let's put this in. So take a quick look at this clip. One second, that is very, very loud. Let me turn that down. Fire.
Nice. Can you get lots of... Ooh! Oh!
That's it, mate.
That was
That's
beautiful.
it, mate.
So you've got that. I've got that clip ready there, and the first thing I do is I'll right click on the clip, properties, disable resample. That stops this weird blur that you can sometimes get on the video, and it looks really horrible, especially if you're doing any slow motion stuff. You want disable resample. It's really annoying. Also, I uncheck maintain aspect ratio. That's mostly because sometimes my render settings will be different and I want to make sure that there's no black bars. You can maintain it if you think the clip will look weird if it's resized, but I usually just uncheck mine just in case. So say for instance now I want to do a post commentary rather than a live commentary. You press U, that will split the clips and you can then delete the audio. And I do my audio recording in Audacity. So what you want to do here is say I'm going to record. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. So I'll record something like that and I'll make a few adjustments and it usually makes it sound a lot nicer. So just accidentally zoomed in there. So what you want to do, just so you know, Audacity is free software. It's it's completely free. You don't have to pay for it or anything. I'll take this start here. I'm not saying anything, and I'll highlight that. Go to Effect, Noise Removal, Get Noise Profile. That will get the profile of any noise that's in the background of your mic. I then click here to highlight the whole thing, go to Effect, Noise Removal, and press OK. And it will use that noise profile to get rid of anything that's in the background. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. So now there's no noise in the background. What I want to do is I want to make the voice a little bit sharper. So I can go to Effect. I think that recorded from my Blue Snowball, which is actually covered up on the side of my table, so it's not going to sound as good as as it would do normally, but first you want to go to normalize, and what that will do is it will give it the maximum volume possible without clipping the audio. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. So as you can see, it's quite a lot louder now. And then what I then do is I'll go to Effect, and I'll go to Compressor, and what that'll do, that'll try and make the low points of the audio match the high points, so that your voice stays at a constant volume. So I'll do that. Then what I'll do is I'll go to Effect, Equalization, and I'll do a standard treble boost. And I find that this makes your voice a lot sharper and clearer. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. And once I've done all of that, I'll do another normalize, and I'll leave it at that. Sometimes you can have peaks like this here. If you see this peak, that peak alone is making everything else have to stay at a lower volume. So what you can do there is, if you have some peaks like that, you can go to another effect, go to hard limiter, put the dB limit to around -4. That's up to you, but I like to put mine at around -4. Press OK, and as you can see, it'll just chop off big peaks like that, and then you can do another normalize, and everything will be able to get a bit louder. So that's basically how I edit my audio. I'll just chop off the bits at the end, and I'll export that to the desktop as whatever you want to save it as. So I can now drag this into Sony Vegas. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. And then there's a few other things that you can do. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. I'll just shorten this down. If I go up here, I don't know. For instance, you may have noticed I like to put stock music on my videos. All of my stock music, I'll show you now, I get from freestockmusic.com. It takes 2 seconds to sign up and make an account, and they've got loads of stock music on there. I'll leave a link in the description, and that's where I get pretty much all of my music from. They've got all of these different sections here, so you can download all of their music and use it without worrying about copyright or anything like that. I keep mine in video stuff BGM, I think. Yeah, this is where I keep all my stuff. And for instance, I might want to use Warrior Strife. This is actually from the YouTube audio library, which is also free to use in all of your videos. You can find that on YouTube. I'll see if I can find it quickly for you now. If I go on to... I'm just trying to think where it's going to be. I have no idea. YouTube video editor. Here we go. Slash editor. And then if you go onto here you go. If you go onto youtube.com/editor, you've got all of these songs here, and you can download them, I believe. There should be a spot where you can actually... Oh, here we go. At the Create tab on the side, Audio Library, and you can download anything on here, so you can get a little preview. So say you wanted to use that, you could download that and use it on your video fine. So I've got some music here already, so I might want to use Warrior Strife, which is quite a it's a cinematic sort of audio, so it's quite fast paced and dramatic. I'll usually put the music at about -20 dB. I think that fits me anyway, because then it doesn't overpower my voice too much. So that's basically how I get the audio and the video on my videos. So if you listen to the comparison here. What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO. There's a few other things that you can do. For instance, you might want to put some color correction on your video. So I might go onto Video FX here and I do have Magic Bullet Lux, which is for advanced color correction. You can find a tutorial on that elsewhere on YouTube. I won't go into that too much because it can get quite complex, but I wouldn't recommend that unless you're making like a short film or a frag movie or something like that. I wouldn't recommend using something as much as big as Magic Bullet Lux, but you can use the color curves and drag and drop that onto your video. And just a simple color correction, you drag this what's this not? You can drag this down a bit, and then you can drag, I think you just double click to make a little keyframe, and you can mess around with the contrast like that. A common curve is to just have this up a bit and this down a bit, and then that just makes the darks darker and the whites whiter. One that's a little bit more complex but is more of a film-like look. You have, if you look at the other channels on the side here, you do the RGB, so it does this sort of curve, so it goes down and then up. But then you go into the blue and you do the opposite, so this one goes up and then down, and it gives it a sort of film look, as you can see. It gives it a sort of yellow tint, and it sort of makes the blues stand out. And I quite like that color correction. If I just want a simple color correction, that's usually the one I go for. So as you can see there, it sort of just makes everything look. It gives it a sort of film effect. So once I've done all of this, so I've got a color correction, I've got some background music, my video is ready, it's ready to render, ready to be uploaded. Render settings. So here are the render settings I use. I like to keep my videos really high quality, but also not take up too much space on the computer. So I won't render as a .avi. First of all, that takes up way too much space and it'll take years to upload to YouTube. What I like to use, a lot of people go for the main concept, AVC, AAC, and they'll go for the, say, the Internet HD 1080p preset. I don't like to use that. I prefer using the Sony AVC MVC because I find that it renders faster, and I think it's a slightly smaller file size, and I think it looks a bit nicer. So I've got some presets down here. I've got one for 30 FPS, one for 48, one for 60. This clip's in 48 FPS, so I'll choose my 48 FPS one. So here's what I do. Include video format AVC, frame size, that's up to you. You might go for the 720 or you might go for the 1080. All of my clips are in 1080, so I always choose 1080. You can also do allow source to adjust frame size if you like, but I like to keep mine in a standard video frame size, and that's also why I disable the keep aspect ratio on a video in case it needs to change. Profile high, entropy coding. There's only one option there, so frame rate you can change to suit you. 48 I think is a nice balance between the 30 and the 60. I think, although it is said that YouTube doesn't play back any higher than 30 FPS, I feel like it does play back higher than 30 FPS, and I'm not sure why. On some videos, it feels like there's a higher frame rate, even though it claims to only play back at 30 FPS. So I like to put mine at 48 because I do see a difference when there's a higher frame rate. But I mean, that might just be me. It might be something in my head that's making me think that. Field order, none, because otherwise your video will be interlaced and that looks horrible. Don't do that. Make sure it's a progressive scan. Then you've got number of slices. I don't mess around with that. I keep it at 1. I don't really know what it does. I keep it at 1. I just don't know. I don't know what that does. Encode mode, render using GPU if available. Sometimes that will make your render a lot faster, but sometimes it can give you errors. If you get an error with the render using CPU only, but my GPU works fine with that. Audio, AAC, 48K, 384K, stereo, system, MP4 file format, project, render, video rendering quality best all the time. Project settings on that, I don't really know what that does. I doubt you'll be using 3D. Color space default. The rest of it's just all standard stuff. So I'll press OK on that, and then I'll render it out. This probably won't take too long. I'll shorten the video a bit just so it takes less time. You can also do fade-ins and fade-outs, so don't forget about them. So I might fade in the music, I'll fade in my voice a little bit, fade out my voice, fade out the video. So you can do all these fades to make sure it doesn't look too choppy. I double click at the top here, and then that just selects the parts of the project that actually have video, and then it will render just that bit out. So here you've got render loop region only. So I always check the render loop region only, and then I double click at the top here, and that will just highlight everything that's that you've actually messed around with. So then I'll get my preset, FluxJL 48 FPS, and render. And then with the color correction, it can take a little bit longer, but it won't take too long at all. And this is with the Sony AVC MVC, the render times are a lot faster, so I really recommend using that instead of the main concept one, which a lot of people go for. So now that's rendered, and as you can see here, it's a total of 20 MB, which is nothing.
What's up guys, it's FluxJL and welcome to this beast clip on CSGO.
But then again, it is only 10 seconds. Now, if you feel like you've got a clip that's maybe up to about 300 megabytes, 300 megabytes is about a 6 or 7 minute video, I'd say. If it starts getting too big and you feel like it's going to take a long time to upload to YouTube, there's an application you can use called Handbrake. Again, it's an open source application, completely free. And I'll show you how to use that quickly, and it will make your video files even smaller without losing too much quality. I think the quality goes down a little bit, but it's not really noticeable unless you're looking for it. So you open up Handbrake, select a source file. So that'll be the thing that you've rendered. It'll scan that, and then you've got you don't want to go into a high profile. You want to make sure you're on normal profile, otherwise it'll render to an M4V format and not an MP4. You can press web optimized. I always click web optimized because that's where all my videos are going. They're going on the web. So you can mess around with these, but generally it's usually quite standard. So most of this stuff you don't need to mess around with. I generally don't. The only thing you might want to mess around with is the video settings at the quality here. So you can make it lossless, but if you constant quality about 20 is fine, I think. I wouldn't change it from that. That's the default settings. And if you put it at lossless, you probably won't reduce the file size that much anyway, which is the main goal of using Handbrake. So I keep the constant quality at 20, and then I'll start encoding it. Oh, destination field, that's just where you want the thing to go, so I'll save it as that. I'll start encoding. Handbrake's a really fast, again, it's a really fast application. It won't take long to process a video. There you go, I'm done already. And as you can see, if we just compare, this is 20 megabytes, this is 10 megabytes, so that's half the size. So then after that, you've got your video and you're ready to upload to YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I made this video partially as an apology because I haven't stuck to my schedule, so I thought I'd help people out who are also trying to make YouTube videos. I've been doing YouTube for many years, even though this channel isn't that old. I've had old channels, and I've done this stuff for ages, and this is the best stuff. This is the best settings that I found after my experiences so far. They may not be the best for you. Mess around with things. That's what I did until I come to my personal favourite settings. So anyway, I hope this helped you. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave any feedback you think that may improve the quality of this video further. What else do I need to say? I've got Facebook and Twitter pages. You can go and like and follow them if that's the sort of thing you're into. I post on them quite frequently. And that is pretty much everything. So thanks for watching the video, and see ya.